GRM 3645 Bulford 7, also known as the Old Drove Road and the Old Marlborough Road, and this is 3,336 metres long. First section is this road section. When you get to the end of it, follow the road round to the right hand side. You can see there's a building over on your left, and the entrance to the main part is just on the right hand side of that, through the trees. Once you're through a very long, difficult, natchery section, deep, wide, usually full of water ruts, cross the road, then open hard gravel trails, again lots of water, and then onto the plains. Starting at the Bulford end, you can see you've got a reasonable trail that you can start off here. Clearly defined tracks here, with grass in the middle. Looks quite an easy ride to start with, a little bit mud here, we've had a few days rain. You can see you've got two deep ruts starting to form either side of the centre trail. I guess when it's dry you could probably ride that centre if you wanted to. And of course it doesn't look too bad at the moment. The ruts, they suck you in. You can see that the sides are quite overgrown now, the trees are down. There's quite a nice little woodland section here that you ride through, still a bit muddy underneath, but relatively easy. Again, it's all a fairly level trail. I think you're doing okay, and then you start getting onto the section where now there becomes two deep ruts. Again, I guess you could probably ride the centre if it's sun dry. And the shrubs, bushes, thorn bushes, etc., pretty overgrown. We've had a couple of days rain. You can see you're already starting to get some water on the bottom of these. Basically, once you're in one of these ruts, you're in it for good. This is about 1 kilometer long, twists and turns. Looks reasonable most of the time, but you can see over on the left hand side there it's quite deep. It's a bit of a route I'm going over here. As you move on, you can see you've got a lot of growth that's overhanging. It doesn't matter which side you go, you find you have to work your way through it. In some of the deeper bits you can see the water there, that's only after a couple of days rain, and basically during the winter months this is, both sides are full of water, so quite hard to see underneath. Quite a few tree roots that come through. You're not making a very good job of this, it's quite slow going. Again, you've got some water pooling up here. Pretty firm underneath though. And then you cross this slight section which is a bit of a joining road for the army from left to right. No concrete road, no entry on the right, but I think you can get to the road on the left, but then you're back into it again. You can see you've got a fair bit of standing water. And again, very overgrown either side. Twists and turns quite a bit, it's not quite straight. You see here you've got the overhanging branches coming out. You say during the winter months this is full of water as well. Sections where it levels off and it's reasonably dry, call it reasonably dry, you can make a little bit of headway, but then you get back into the ruts fairly quickly. Here it sort of goes right around the tree, twists and turns around. There's an escape there I suppose on the left hand side to the road, and then you're back into the trees, back into the ruts. There's a section where there's a long, deep section of water here. The way it looks as though I could ride through it, I decided to obviously take this little track up to the left hand side that goes around. I would imagine that is pretty deep during the wet periods of time, so I wanted to see what it's like, but obviously as you can see it's overgrown. I doubt it's been used very much during the summer because obviously it's been dry. Probably all needs trimming back. I guess you could go through the water, but I think when it's been raining you just need to take a lot of care. I had to work my way through some of the branches and down off into the track again. Okay, getting towards the end now. As you can see, it doesn't matter which side you go, there's pools of water, and the ruts are just as bad left or right. And then it's the end of the first section, the first kilometre. You come up to the road out of Bulford, just be careful. The next section is over the road onto the right hand side. Once over the road you can start the second section. You can see the warning signs here. This is quite a hard packed gravelly based trail here, woods on the right hand side, shrubs and trees on the left, and now you're coming out and you'll find that you've got open fields, open spaces on your right hand side, but you're immediately into the puddles. This is after a couple of days rain, quite a hard base, so that's not too bad. You'll find there's quite a lot of puddles here, and they do grow in size the more rain you get. And the second section is fairly straightforward. Again, you've got hedgerows on your left, more puddles coming up here. And even though I was taking care, so you find that the odd one catches you out. As you can see, got caught out by that one. Continuing on, there's been some work on the left hand side, cutting back some of the trees, and up ahead, past these puddles, you can just about see a couple of guys there with 4x4 and I think it's a digger, and the red flags were flying, and this is where this second section is finished. You can see you've got a long puddle of water here, reasonably deep. There's a gate the other side of the JCB which is closed and the red flags are flying, so the final section we'll have to do when the flags aren't flying. It's safe to ride there. If the flags are not flying and the gate is open, you can carry on through. It's hard underneath, but as you can see it fills up quite a lot with a lot of big puddles. Some of them are fairly deep. You can see where people try to go around the outside. Not too bad today, but again a lot of standing water. You've got open field on your right, you've got hedgerows on your left. You see some of these are getting quite large here. Try as much as possibly can to stay onto the trail. You can see, even after a couple of days rain, there's a fair bit of water standing around. Following the trail around, you can see you go through a small little copse woodland area here. Pool of water there in the middle of it. Going on through, and you see the surface gets quite wet again. Try as much as possible to stay to the main trail. And then you're into another slightly wooded area. Two fairly wide tracks you can follow here. Pretty dry at times. Following this through the woodland area, nice ride here. A chalk coming through, but nothing too bad. You can see it breaks up a little bit more pools of water along the way, or potholes. Exit the woodland really on your left hand side, and the trail ends in the middle of the trail here. Continues with GRMUID 3903.